What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. As Pelicans Twitter is currently like this. All right, Lakers humble the Summer League Pelicans 102-94. We dominated them from end to end, as we should. We're the better franchise. We're the better team. And but it was a fun little game. And man, definitely some revelations. It's gonna be hard to make these choices for the front office on who they want to keep, who they want to sign, who they want to keep on the two-way contract, all of that. But man, we played an exceptional game from start to finish, and very happy to have Jay Huff back. The guy is phenomenal. Okay, the Jay Huff experience continues. Like we still getting 100 points every time Jay Huff plays. What's up, Christian? What's up, everybody? Cole Swider out of this world. This man. What's up, Sally? Out of this world. This man just went off. Like, listen, Cole Swider is a sniper. All right, we might as well start calling him Cold Sniper. This man's cold-hearted, man. He's no scoping folks out here, man. He's out of this world. Listen, this man could be on any NBA roster right now. So here's what I'm proposing, okay? Here's what I'm proposing. I think the Lakers should sign Cole Swider to that 15-man roster spot and give Jay Huff that two-way spot, the way he played. Also, Javonte McCoy continues to be exceptional, man. 14 points again for this man. Killed it. He needs to be added to the Summer League. Not the Summer League, I'm sorry, to the South Bay Lakers squad. All right, the G League team. Yes, sir. Somebody bring my man Javonte McCoy to the South Bay Lakers team. He's a hooper. All right, we need to continue to develop him and monitor his situation. I like him even more than what I saw from Mac McClung. Like, this guy's crafty, has good handles, gets anyone on the floor. He has a nice stroke as well off the dribble. Very, very nice player. Max Christie, this is his first double-digit game, I believe. Dude went off, man. To be honest with you, he's starting to get his feet wet. This is why I tell you guys never give up on young talent. He's looking better and better. Yes, it's just a summer league. He had 12 points on 4 for 8 shooting, but his defense continues to be there. Rebounding, another 4 rebound game, 2 assists. Only 1 turnover, so that's solid. He looked more poised in 23 minutes. I liked what I saw. Of course, Cole Swider is the story of the game. 21 points. Could have had more, but I felt at times we didn't feed him. I felt at times we didn't feed him enough, especially when he got the hot hand going. But I like the fact that he did some different things today. He put the ball on the floor, attacked the rim a little bit, runs in transition beautifully, and finished. I definitely liked what Scottie Pippen and him had going this summer league. Now, again, Scottie Pippen off with the shot 4 for 12 only. However, playmaking is always elite with him. 7 assists. My man had 3 steals, so he continues. And only 2 turnovers. So very solid with his 11 points tonight. Nate Pierre, very good defender, but I don't think he's an NBA player just based off of his lack of ability to put the ball in the basket. All right, he's very athletic, but that's about it. Now, Jay Huff, to me, is the story of the game. Every time he plays, the Lakers have gotten to 100 points and have held their opposition to under 100 points. So he makes a huge contribution. Even though he came off the bench, I didn't know why they brought him off the bench, but once he played, he made a huge contribution. 4 for 6 from the field, 10 points. This man, I can't believe he had 4 blocks off the bench with 4 rebounds. Lakers need to sign him. Lakers need to find a way. I don't care if it's 2-way or 15 roster spot. But this guy, listen, if I have to give him Wenyen Gabriel spot, I will, because he can space the floor. He can block shots. He plays well off of the pick and roll. He reads the defense extremely well. And, he just has good timing for blocking shots. 4 blocks off the bench. Yes, please sign me up for a season-long worth of what Jay Huff is doing. But overall, man, we finish the Summer League. Actually, we still got one more game tomorrow, Saturday versus the Mavs at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So join me tomorrow as well, and that'll be the finale. I guess the Lakers didn't make it to the final. It's Portland versus somebody else. Who cares? But, we saw what we needed to see. We have plenty of young talent here, and there's even some guys that can help the Lakers this year. Yes, like I said it already, Cole Swider can be on any NBA team right now. Scottie Pippen Jr., he might still need a little bit more time to develop, but I like him. Max Christie's coming along nicely, still very raw. But what's Jay Huff and Cole Swider, I feel like both of those guys can make major contributions to this team this year. One with his floor spacing and absolutely beautiful stroke by Cole Swider, man. I haven't seen a stroke like this in a long time from a Laker, right? From a Laker. So, he's going to fit in nicely. And, of course, Jay Huff, everything we talked about already. All right, who'd you guys like in Summer League? Who would you guys like to sign? All that good stuff. Head over to the comment section right about now. Yes, sign Huff. That's right, Tasia. Great minds. Alex says, hoping we don't lose Huff to another team. Me neither, man. My boy Patchy Cole, thanks for the donation, brother. He said, Dan, did you see Westbrook fire his agent for mishandling his situation with the Lakers? I did, and I read up on it, and it seems like Westbrook wants out, and we want Westbrook out. So hopefully they find a solution. There's been multiple reports that the Lakers are still looking for a trade. But yeah, I mean, listen, man, it's unfortunate. 14 years he was his agent, and he gets fired. He gets the can just like that. But his agent was very telling. All right, if you read that article that Woj posted earlier, and I was trying to read in between commercials, so I didn't finish the whole thing. No, actually, I did finish the whole thing. I was reading in between commercials, and I saw that his agent was basically trying to tell him, "Hey, stay put. Embrace your role, whatever the Lakers give you, especially if it's a starting role." Because you're starting to devalue yourself by moving. It's going to be 4 times in 4 years if he gets traded again. So, and that's why he got fired. Then, hey, I guess Russell Westbrook doesn't want to face reality, right? Or maybe he called him Russell Westbrook or some shit that he got offended. I don't know, but it's messed up. It's messed up, and it is what it is. It is a business at the end of the day. My boy said, Dan, McCoy may be our young shot creator we are looking for. Listen, I like him a lot. Javante McCoy is a beast, all right? And what I saw from him is every game he got better and better, and he imposed his will little by little. I like his skill set, the way he gets to his spots. His handle is nice, like you mentioned. I would love to see more of him. Of course, obviously, right now we don't have roster spots, but that could change. That could change, over the next couple of days if there's a trade or something. I don't know. But there's a lot of young talent on that Vegas team. Matter of fact, I think we would have won the championship had Jay Huff stayed healthy. I mean, that's all we were really missing was his rim protection. And yep, my boy said DTLF sign Huff and Puff. I like that one, man. Look, Jay Huff is gonna be on an NBA roster at some point. Hopefully, he's on our team. Hopefully, we lock him up. What I would do, like I said, we have an open roster spot. If we need to create another one in the future, then we do that. But for now, turn him into a 2-way roster contract. And Cole Swider, I think, right away. Imagine him out there running the wings with LeBron and AD. He's going to get some wide open buckets, man. And he's a confident ass shooter. People calling him the next Klay Thompson. I'm not going to go that far. Looks more like a Ryan Anderson type because Klay Thompson can put the ball on the floor from time to time, especially in his prime. But, Ryan Anderson was no joke. I mean, he was solid. He could rebound and he could space that floor. And that's all we'd be looking for, Cole Swider, for now. Maybe later he can add more to his game. But with that pure stroke, man, I call that the stroke of genius, the way he was shooting that thing. I was like, I wanted to see more. Like, I could see this man shoot all day. They need to continue to feed him the rock when he's hot like that. So, you guys like my comparison? Remember Ryan Anderson from the Orlando Magic? 3 guys, floor spacer, about 6'9", around the same size. Couldn't really defend much. Couldn't really do anything else, but the floor spacing was nice and the rebounding was solid. So, he said, Max says, is it just one unprotected pick, right? They're asking for, right? I'm not sure, Max, but I'll tell you this, bro. Rumor has it that the Spurs are willing to take Russell Westbrook, but they also want to draft pick. So maybe that's why, and I kept telling you guys, this is why you don't want to give up 2 picks to the Nets, because the Nets weren't even willing to bring on Russell Westbrook's contract. You know what I mean? Like, they want to have their cake and eat it too. So and we might need that other pick to send it elsewhere. So I've been telling you, we have to play our cards right, make the right deals moving forward. It's gonna get spicy. You see movement this offseason, now the agent being fired. You see what Rich Paul and LeBron tweeted. It's a cold game. I don't know if they're talking about the new contract they gave Keldon Johnson in San Antonio, or they're talking subliminally. We'll never know. But a lot is going to be revealed over the next couple of days. And as the Summer League wraps up, I expect things to get spicier. Cole is the best shooter in the draft. I believe that, Victor, and he believes that. That's the best part. Forget about what we believe. The best part is his confidence is sky high. You can see the way he shoots it. As soon as he touches that thing, he wants to let it go. Looking like a young Carmelo Anthony out there with the shot, man. The way he's releasing that thing quick, right? Before he even touches his hands, my man is in the shooting motion. But, the only thing he has to work on is defense if he wants to see consistent minutes on the next level. But I would convert him into a regular contract. He's shown me more than enough. This is the second 20-point game he has had in the last 4 games this Summer League. And he's getting better and better and better. Dan, what do you think about Rich Paul tweeting cold game? then LeBron approves, something interesting about to happen soon. I don't want to over speculate, but it is interesting. I mean, everything from what happened with Russell Westbrook contract to now this. Clearly, Russ doesn't want to be a Laker. He's not meant. Not everybody's meant for it. Some people just like to collect paychecks and no pressure. And it seems like Russ is gonna be that type of guy. He loves, getting his triple doubles, but he don't like getting them wins. So it is what it is, man. Look, at the end of the day, whatever happens, I wish Russ the best. I really do. I'm not gonna sit here and wish him the worst. I wish him the best, but just not on the Lakers, right? Go elsewhere, pack your bags. I'll help you. I'll take you to LAX. I'll drop him off if I have to, man, for free. You don't gotta pay me for gas, none of that shit. I'll do it for free if the Lakers need me, man. Hit me up. My boy said Cole Swider, man, swinging in to save the day. How do the Lakers do this? We're getting really great value for undrafted players. Like last year was Austin Reeves. Before that, we didn't draft Alex Caruso either, right? And we've drafted a lot of late second round picks as well. I think Max Christie is going to be a nice little find as well. People aren't talking about him enough because they just focus on the offense, but everything else he does it really good. Now he needs to focus on finishing and knocking down the shots, but tonight he looked exceptional. He shot 50%, solid, right? He said, Dan, McCoy is a special player, bro. He really went under the radar. Again, the Lakers, man, I need them to find a way to lock him up, whether it's a South Bay Laker contract. Now, people forget, in the G League now, players are getting paid. They're not getting paid the same as the NBA, but they're getting a contract, right? I believe so. So, not all is lost. Some of these guys are going to be recruited to play for South Bay Lakers. And from there will be other opportunities. But hopefully the Lakers will have space for these guys because I like this Summer League team. This is probably the second best Summer League team the Lakers have had since that young Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Jordan Clarkson, Kuzma team, that was so stacked that won the Summer League championship. So this is probably the second best one. And I still believe we would have won that championship had it not been for, old boy Jay Huff. Getting the COVID safety protocols. But on top of that, we lost a game we shouldn't have lost. And we would probably have been in the championship game had we not lost that game. So both of those things factor into it. But I'm happy we beat two of the trash-talking fan base riddle squads, which is the Clippers, which we beat the other night with that, that guy named Jay Scrub. You can't make this up. And another player named Brandon Boston. So another reason to hate that team. And then we beat the Pelicans. Their Twitter was talking smack. I just ethered them. So go follow me on Twitter if y'all want to see my reply. But I was like, what did I say? I forgot, man. It was in the moment. But I think I said something along the lines of, well, that's too bad. You guys just, missed the chance to win the only championship for your franchise or something like that. But bottom line is payback, man. We always get the last laugh. They were extremely rude to us the other day on Twitter. And we don't forget. We don't forget. David, what's up, brother? Appreciate you, man. He said, my brother, out of all the Summer League Laker guys, who are your top three in order and why? I'm feeling Cole, Scotty, and Huff. Okay, you're not wrong. I mean, you can't go wrong with either of those three. But you know what? I really like, I'm going to put, believe it or not, I'm going to put Christie ahead of Scotty, even though Scotty had a better Summer League, and I think he can carve out his niche already on the NBA team. I think Christie's potential is a bit better than at least two out of the three guys, right? I think Cole might be the only one with more potential because of that jump shot. But I really like Max Christie's potential. So, but I do like your top three, and you can't go wrong with that. I would just probably substitute Scotty for Max Christie, believe it or not, because I am a firm believer in young talent. And this guy has, listen, the downside to Scotty is that he's undersized for, your prototypical point guards nowadays. However, his toughness, he makes up for it because he knows how to absorb contact and finish at the bucket. So you're absolutely right with your big three. McCoy, he could slip into somebody's big three, but again, for me, it's Max Christie, Cole Snyder, and Jay Huff because those are, we're talking about a future piece and Max Christie that I really like. We're talking about Cole Snyder, somebody we need right now, and Jay Huff, something we need since last year's good size and rim protection in the paint and ability to space the floor. So all three of those, I think one is for the future and two are for the now. So those are my top three. However, I do believe that your three have a better shot at making at getting minutes if they make the roster. But hey, thanks for the donation, bro. Hey, his pesky defense is very underrated, by the way. You're right about that. Scottie Pippen Jr. is very pesky. So I do love him, but if we're talking about for the sake of putting an order in, I'm not gonna overlook my boy Max Christie because I like his potential. He said McCoy can be a 2 guard if he improves his dribbling. Javonte McCoy just plays so under control, man. I never felt like he was a young player. It almost felt like he was an NBA ready guard. You know who he reminds me of? And I hate to make this comparison because I don't like the player, but just play style wise, he reminds me a lot of Cameron Payne, aka Ratatouille, right? He kind of is pesky. He gets to his spots and he finishes with the little teardrops and stuff. He has a nice little package from the free throw line in. He's not your best 3-point shooter, but he can knock it down. Maybe he can improve in that. But he reminds me a lot like a Cameron Payne. So that's the type of player I think he could be, at the next level if somebody gives him an opportunity, which is solid, right? As much as we dislike his cockiness, Cameron Payne is a very solid, pesky player off the bench. So, but I like his handles better. You're right about that. Hey, Dan, did you hear Westbrook say he wants out? Did that happen? It didn't. He didn't request it officially, but he fired his agent, and his agent pretty much spilled the beans on some of their conversations. So definitely go give that a read. It's on Twitter right now. It's like a good little paragraph. So go check it out. Paragraph or two. He said Westbrook officially wants out of LA. He said AD, LeBron James, Reeves, Huff, Cole starting lineup. I don't think Cole makes the starting lineup, but off the bench, man. Off the bench, he'll be solid. And in spurts, he'll play with LeBron maybe. But yeah, I think Cole can get minutes for sure. My starting lineup as we are right now, just by default, this is how I would do it. I know coach is not going to do that. He's going to give Russell Westbrook the opportunity if he's still on the roster. But I'd give it to Lonnie Walker because I think he plays better defense. He's younger. And they both shoot about the same percentage from beyond the arc. So you're not losing much there. Shooting guard, Austin Reeves. Small forward, LeBron James. Power forward, Anthony Davis. Center, Thomas Bryant. That's my starting lineup right now. But I hope that we get different players by the time we start because, we can utilize a real point guard, or should I say a point god. We're talking about, Kyrie Irving, a.k.a. Kyrie swerving. Pelinka needs to do the Kyrie deal. I know, bro. We've been talking about that forever, but, we're just going to let it rock for now up until we hear some sort of real update or something breaks. He said, would you cut Wenyen Gabriel or Stanley Johnson for any of these players to give them a roster spot? I would bring them onto training camp, and whoever stands out best, that's what I would keep. I like both Wenyen and Stanley, and I feel like we can utilize their intensity, especially on a defensive end. But what I would do is I would turn Cole Swider into a 15 roster spot, aka an official roster spot, and then I would give Jay Huff one of the two-way contracts. And then if Jay Huff continues to play like this in the actual NBA in the regular season, all of a sudden now you have to consider maybe cutting Wenyen Gabriel or somebody like that for Jay Huff, who might give you more rim protection in the paint. But I want these guys to prove themselves. I don't want nobody to have a free run based off of summer league or anything like that. Cole Swider is probably the closest thing to having that roster spot right now because of his shooting. Shooting always translates, right? So my boy said my starting five would be AD, LeBron, Reeves, Bryant, and Nunn. That's a solid one too. I ain't mad at that one either. Definitely not mad at it. But I would have to see what Kendrick Nunn can do before I, throw him in the fire because we don't know how he's going to look off the injury. That's the only reason I didn't throw him in there. Is Lonnie is one of the worst defenders in the league, Dan? You think so, Max? I'd say Russell Westbrook's probably worse. That's what I would say, man. And older, right? And his ego drives me nuts. But to be determined, we'll see. Is that thoughts on what LeBron James said about Celtic fans? I echo his sentiments. I've been saying it all along. This is why I was badgering Laker fans that were actually rooting for the Celtics. Not real Laker fans doing that, bro, unless these are the only two people rooting for the Celtics last year in the finals. Girls that were in love with Jason Tatum or LeBron James fans because they didn't want Curry's fans to be talking and all that, which I understand. But real Laker fans, we're not rooting for the Celtics ever. And that's one of the big reasons why, because their fan base is garbage, just like the Jazz fans. They don't deserve Donovan Mitchell, so I hope he's able to get traded. I've been rooting for that. Maybe he goes to my second favorite team, the New York Knicks. I don't know. But we'll see, to be determined. But, he's going to get criticized, whatever. I mean, people always looking to criticize greatness. LeBron James can't say anything without getting critiqued. So it is what it is, man. But I echo his sentiments. I think they are the most racist fan base out there for sure. They're stuck in the 50s, man. They don't want to get with the program. They don't want to get with the times. Ignorance is bliss. He said THT, Reeves, LeBron James, AD, Bryant, Russ, run the bench. So THT, you starting THT, that'd be dope. But I don't think coach would do that. I'd be shocked. But listen, I would love to see THT run the point and help LeBron handle a little bit. I don't think he's proven himself enough to do that though. Reeves at the 2, I love it. LeBron, of course, AD, of course, and Bryant, of course, in my opinion, unless Huff or Damian Jones beats him at the center, which I doubt. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to it, man. I think we made some good improvements, especially athletically. You're going to see us getting back on defense, running in transition, and playing with some passion, some damn passion. People underestimate the acquisition of Lonnie Walker and Thomas Bryant. Those 2 guys were huge for us. I would have killed to have Thomas Bryant on the team last season. That's how bad we were in the size department, man. And he plays really hard all the time with a hard motor. Us old school Laker fans been around. We remember him since he was drafted. He always had a lot of heart and passion. So can't wait to see him grow and get better with the Lakers, hopefully. Tasia says, hoping AD, Kyrie, LeBron James, Thomas, and Austin Reeves. That would be my favorite starting lineup, Tasia. If we can get Kyrie, that's the one I want for sure. Yep, Austin Reeves with Kyrie in the backcourt. It balances the offense and the defense nicely. And let's not forget that Austin Reeves, he played really well off of LeBron James, similar to how Alex Caruso used to play, right? They just had the good chemistry. They cut well. Pat made the right passes and all of that. So he said Russ ruined THT season. I don't want to blame Russ fully because I also think the coaching staff didn't utilize him properly. They tried to turn him into a small forward, which is not the right position for him. I'd rather put him at point or at worst, shooting guard, right? But you want to have him in the backcourt. And also, yes, Russell Westbrook, man, is not the best role model for a young player like that. And he looked up to him, too. He said, I can't wait to learn from him. So, you don't want to be selfish. You don't want to have tunnel vision like Russell Westbrook if you're THT. Especially you don't have the same explosion he had in his prime. So you can't have tunnel vision. You got to be able to play make as well, open up the floor a little bit, and then that's when you take over. Listen, THT is a very good slasher, almost elite. I wouldn't say elite because he's not consistent enough, but he's borderline elite at slashing. If he could just get his face-up game and his basketball IQ a little bit up, that means make the right reads, the right passes, and the right plays at the right time, he would be borderline all-star type of player. He has that potential. That's why I don't get why people want to give up on him. But yes, I do believe that having veterans like Russell Westbrook can negatively impact his development, right? I've heard he's a great mentor, Russell Westbrook, but I haven't seen too many people under his wing flourish in the past. Dan, someone did say Kyrie will be a Laker on July 17th, announced. He said, looks like it's happening. Russ agent, Rich Paul, and LeBron tweeting cold game, that LeBron James IG video. Look, it could very well happen, but so far, everybody who has tweeted out a date has been wrong up until now. So I wouldn't put too much stock into that, bro. When it happens, it'll happen. It's people trying to break the news. They're trying to guess. Everybody's trying to act like a fortune cookie and guess when, when it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's not a matter of when. It's a matter of if. And if it happens, you better believe we're all going to celebrate. But for now, man, let's keep it low key because, I'm over the whole Kyrie to the Lakers talk. I'm burnt out on it. I've been asked so many questions and I've answered so many Kyrie-related questions. I'm like, let's just wait till he's officially a Laker, and then we'll break it down, man. I'll be super excited. He said, Dan, what are your thoughts on Warrior fans? I'm not a fan. I get along with a couple of them. There's a couple that follow me on Twitter. They're cool with me and all that. They're respectful. Yeah, and this is how I am with every fan base except for Clipper and Celtic fans. But every other fan base, y'all respectful. I'm respectful as well. It's just that most of them don't know who Monte Ellis is, right? Or Steven Jackson or Matt Barnes from that Warriors team or Baron Davis. And it's like, I don't buy that you're a real diehard fan. And, a lot of people are just attracted to success. Since Curry came in the league, they started becoming Warriors fans, especially after the success. So, He said, damn, super chat not accepting money. It is, brother. There's like a little heart right below. I don't know if you see it. You can always donate through there, man. I'm grateful always. But even just smashing the like button, if you can't do that, bro, I appreciate that. Yeah, super chat will definitely always be open. He says, Swider and coach have a connection already. I can already tell. He's going to get some major minutes next season. We need floor spacing to go alongside LeBron James and AD. We haven't traded for enough of that. So Cole Swider could be a prominent role type of player, role player in this offense, especially if he continues to snipe like that. But even though he was phenomenal in Summer League, I want to temper my expectations because people are going to expect him to be, like a Klay Thompson. And we don't want to do that because that's how Laker fans turn on their young players. What we want to do is we want to give him time to get his feet wet. And hopefully as he continues to get comfortable, he'll get hotter from the field and more efficient, right? But yeah, I can't wait, man. This is going to be fun. Yeah, Swider will be good if he has an all-around game. Yeah, he needs to work on a lot of things, but his shooting is what's elite about him, and that's what's going to get him on the court. His main situation is going to be that for sure. He said, Dan, Cole is cold, Scotty is naughty, Huff is tough, Max ain't no bluff. I like that. He said, and McCoy ain't no toy to my Lakers or dogs. Okay, Vic, I see you, bro. My boy out here with the 90s nursery rhymes. I see you, dog. Sniper, I love it. Dan, Swider and Huff are the bright spots from the Lakers Summer League. I have to see more from Christie. You said Swider and Huff. Also, Scottie Pippen Jr. He was very good as a floor general. He averaged about 6 assists per game. He needs to keep the turnovers down, but Summer League is filled with turnovers. So let's see how that translates over. We'll see. You said it's not working? I don't know, bro. It could just be you. Like somebody here donated, so it's working for everybody else. But hey, if you can't donate, it's all good, bro. Just smack that like button. Any sort of support is appreciated, man. God bless. He said, if Swider improves, I can see him like a Chandler Parsons type when he was balling. That's not a bad comparison either. My ceiling for Swider, if he ever becomes elite, will be like a Rashard Lewis, all-star type player. Knock down shots, play solid defense, and post up once in a while, turn around jump shots and stuff like that. My floor for him would be like a Brian Cook, right? A Brian Cook is just catch and shoot guy, strictly catch and shoot. That's it, So that's for me, though. That's my comparisons. He might be somewhere in between, which I'd be extremely happy with because even people forget even Brian Cook was extremely useful in the triangle offense, the way we would use him, right? So he would move without the basketball, catch and shoot. Kobe would find him, and a lot of these Hall of Famers were looking for him because he, Cookie can snipe. So let's see what he becomes. Let's not put too much pressure on him. Don't want to go over the rails because you know how Laker Nation is. God forbid THT or any other young player has one bad year because they want to throw him to the Wolves, and I don't mean the Timberwolves, or should I say the Timber Pups? I mean the Wolves. So I don't want to put that kind of pressure on him, but I will be excited for any sort of accolades these young players achieve within our new offense. Would you take Cole over Buddy Hield? I mean, we already have Cole, so I don't need to take anybody, But I would like to add Buddy Hield if we can, add some more shooting, sure. Especially if he comes at an affordable price tag. But it's not something I'm losing any sleep over. Whatever happens, happens. I trust this front office. Let's see if they get it done. Hopefully they don't disappoint. You said Bogdan is likely comparison. That's a fair one, too. I would love that one as well. Thanks, Tasia. She said, hit that like button, show your appreciation. Dan, stay blessing us with the videos. Always a pleasure, Tasia. Thank you so much for the love and support, always. My boy says, Scotty, game is so mature for a non-drafted player. Very cerebral. I like that word. I haven't heard that one in a while. He is very cerebral, and he's also crafty. And he also, my favorite thing about him, though, is the way he uses his body. He's only, 6'2", right? Which is relatively small for modern-day guard. However, there's been all-stars and elite players that are 6'2", 6'3". I mean, Curry, you got, Trae Young. I mean, there's been players, that aren't that big. Chris Paul. So he could definitely carve his niche, and I'm not saying he's going to be that good, but I'm saying what I do like is craftiness. The way he comes off of screens, the way he finds his teammates, the way he puts his head down and attacks and finishes with his upper body strength, all of that is huge. Similar to Jalen Brunson, right? Very likely. So as long as he turns into a very solid role player, he might be off the bench for us, maybe even as soon as next year. But bottom line is, you're right. The Lakers have found gems undrafted. And I told you guys even before Summer League started that the Lakers were going to find some gems, and we were like a landing spot for undrafted, talented players. So I'm glad the way we drafted. I was a little bummed. Did we see Sharif O'Neal play tonight? I don't think so, right? So I was a little bummed to see that. Hopefully he gets major minutes in the last game coming up tomorrow. So, yeah, hopefully. He said, Dan, do you think Kyrie deal will get done? It seems like it's getting less and less likely every day. I actually think it's getting more likely every day. The least you hear talk about it, I think the more likely it is because the Lakers tend to operate in the shadows. So, yeah, I think more and more likely, you know. So, yeah, we'll see. But if it doesn't happen, then we have to pivot in another direction. My heart tells me Kyrie will be a Laker eventually. What if it's not this year? It might be next year as a free agent. Who knows? But hopefully it's this year, man. Because I think, can you imagine how fun it would be at Staples Center, aka Crypto, with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Thomas Bryant. People forget we landed him. Lonnie Walker off the bench. We might have either THT or Kendrick Nunn. Maybe Coach Wider gets a prominent role. Who knows? Austin Reeves coming back after working all summer long. I mean, this will be one of the funnest teams in the league if we pull off that trade, especially. So, man, I can't wait, bro. Like these next couple of months after summer league ends are gonna be long because we're gonna be just daydreaming of potential lineups in Laker basketball, and I can't wait till late September rolls around and we're able to break it all down again. He said, facts, his temperament and attitude is steady and consistent, never high and never low. Are we talking about SPJ? Who are we talking about here? He said, kind of sucks, but I don't see Sharif making any roster, maybe a G League team, but that's it. Well, I hope, you know what I hope for Sharif? I hope he gets an invite to the South Bay Lakers. We got a lot of talent. Literally, I would not mind seeing all of these guys on the South Bay Lakers next year. And that way we have, we have a good core, young, crop of players that we can go to if any injuries or anything happens. 82 games is a long season, so if we can always reach down and bring up like a Javante McCoy or somebody like that due to an injury or whatever, then that would be even better for us. And on top of that, they're getting paid and they're developing, so win-win. He said, not hating nobody healed, but he said not hating on Buddy Hield. I think that's what you mean. That's what you meant, right? But he said, I read an article that said Malik Monk was better than him in every category per 36 minutes. Wish we could have kept the guy. Me too, man. I wish we could have kept Malik Monk, but it didn't happen, and that's okay. Because I always said it since last year, man. It would suck if we lose Malik Monk, but the bright spot is that maybe Austin Reeves or THT or somebody like that can grow into the two-guard role. We'll see, right? There's always like a silver lining to everything. But, yeah, of course it sucks, man. Malik Monk was one of the funnest players to watch last season. And he's one of the funnest shooting guards to watch in a long time that we have had. So, it's tough. It's tough, but it's a business, and he did what was best for him and his family, in his opinion, and I wish him the best. Oh, you were talking about Scotty Jr. Yes, sir, you're right. Level-headed, just like his pops. He said JTA and Stanley Johnson are dogs. They're fearless. Yeah, I like Juan Toscano Anderson. Very underrated pickup. I was excited about it. And not just because he's Mexican, but because he plays extremely hard, and everybody has raved about what he used to do in practice and how he would bring the best out of people, even when he didn't get a lot of minutes on the Warriors. So I think Darvin Ham's going to love him. Same thing with Stanley Johnson and Wenyen Gabriel. These guys play off the charts hard. And let's not forget Austin Reeves, probably our hardest player last season. Think about it. How many charges, how many elbows to the face did this man take? Like this man was getting ragdolled, but they still couldn't bully him because he was a really good defender. Like right now, he's a great defender. He's a couple of steps away from becoming an elite defender. So I hope he gets there because that would be scary. Imagine we had one of the best defenders in the league in a young Austin Reeves, in his early 20s. Man, that would be huge. He has the potential to be better than Dylan Brooks. I mean that defensively, right? So I like his wingspan, his instincts, his heart is my favorite thing. He has a great chin like a boxer. He could take the hits, he could take the charges, and he's not afraid. So, yes, give me some more Austin Reeves, and I'm happy. You said Donovan Mitchell would be like an actual prime Wade with LeBron. That's not going to happen, bro. Yeah, I wish, but yeah, that's not going to happen. Did you hear what type of package they want for Donovan Mitchell? They want a 6 first-round picks. 6. They're trading this man like he's Michael Jordan. 6 first-round draft picks? Nah, bro, stop it. They train this man like he's Kobe Bryant, like he's LeBron James, bro. He's Donovan Mitchell, very good all-star, but he's not a superstar, right? Those players do not grow on trees. Superstars are far and few in between. DTLF, is Russ coming back? Let me look at my crystal ball right quick, man. No, Russell Westbrook is not coming back. All right. If I had to bet the house on it right now, if I walked into the casino, I would put all my chips into Russell Westbrook not coming back. I would take the bid on him being on another team for sure. But who knows? That's the truth, right? But if I had to bet the house on it, nah, bro. Russell Westbrook should not come back here, man. Even if he shouldn't even come here to the Oscars, man. When we host the Oscars, I don't even want to see him there. And I don't even hate to do, but I'm just telling you, like, it's not good for business, bro. Just he had a shitty season last year, and the only way he can redeem himself is by starting over fresh somewhere else and having a good season. So I wish him the best, just not here. Why you don't like Russ? Simple. His ego is bigger than his skill set. That simple, man. I don't even need to critique him. I don't need to call him Westbrook and get disrespectful. None of that. His ego, he's basically an egomaniac. He thinks he's Michael Jordan when he's Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Like, he shoots below 30% from the field, yet he wanted to take all the game winners, man. And then he didn't embrace Los Angeles like I thought he would. So he's probably my biggest, as a Laker fan, as an all-time Laker fan, man. I've been a Laker fan since 1996. So count it up, right? 27 years, 26, 27 years? As a long-time Laker fan, I got to say, as a max contract, this guy has got to be the most disappointing superstar we ever acquired, or should I say superstar, for sure. And so it's easy not to like him if you're a diehard Laker fan. If you're a Russell Westbrook fan, then maybe you're blinded by your love for him or his past or whatever he's done. But listen, here, we leave your past at the door, and it's what have you done for us recently? It's not about your past before you became a Laker. It's what have you done as a Laker? And he didn't do shit as a Laker, bro. The only thing he did was attend almost every game. That's it. Like, if there was a participation trophy, he would have it, right? So, and I'm not sure that was a good thing. I was hoping to see other players instead, right? So when they finally benched him for like the final 3 to 4 games, we really got to see Austin Reeves and THT shine like potentially they could if he wasn't on the team. So it's not that I hate him. It's just that I don't like his attitude, and his ego is more inflated than a hot air balloon, man. It's tough. It's tough. Like, that's a bad combination, right? He said he made fun of us and he had no accountability and he mocked Magic Johnson. Basically, that's all included in the ego department. Everything you just said, I didn't want to bring everything up specifically, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, man. The ego is off the charts. Like, this man really walking out here like he's Will Chamberlain. Bro, you're Russell Westbrook, aka 0 championships. Chill out, bro. We get it. You're a beast, triple-double machine, all of that. But leave the ego at the door and sacrifice for the team. If the team wanted you to come off the bench, you do that, right? He said, it sucks because Russ should have been good for us. Bro, he grew up a Laker fan, supposedly. Gave back to communities here in Cali. SMH, what a failure. And that's the biggest disappointment, is that off the court, he actually seems like a pretty good dude. He doesn't seem like a bad person. I mean, he's always posing with his family and shit. You can't really hate on that. He's a family man. Cool. Off the court, except for the dresses and all that. Like, I'm not with that, but hey, to each his own. I'm not judging the man. I'm just saying, the fashion, I guess I'm a little outdated because that ain't my style, but that's my only criticism of him off the court. But for me, everything is on the court. I'll never forget the comments he made about the Laker fans telling him to go home. It's like, bro, they paid their hard-earned money to come watch you play, for you to lay an egg and have a good time while doing it, while they're miserable, booing you, and now you're telling them to go home. It's like, bro, play better. Let your game do the talking. Let your game get you out of the funk. That's it. He said, damn, they're saying Russ never requested a trade? Yeah, I mean, that's what they're saying. But he doesn't have to request a trade. His play requested a trade, bro. It's not even he doesn't need to request a trade. The Lakers have been trying to trade him every single day. We're probably going to try to trade him every single day till we actually achieve that. But yeah, that's not a big deal. The one thing I didn't like about Russ is his attitude about playing to win championships. Oh yeah, when he said that too, that was bad, bro. That was bad. He said Russ and Dennis back-to-back years. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, I'm glad you said it, because we had back-to-back years of disappointment. I expected Dennis Schroeder to come off the bench, first of all, when we acquired him. He was a sixth man of the year the previous year. He started. He laid bagels in the playoffs, a bunch of zeros, man. You know, he dropped more zeros than my damn bank account, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not that that's a hard thing to do, but I'm saying, like, this man dropped more zeros in the playoffs. Tough. That's tough. It's like, bro. And then he expected to get paid. Turned down a very good offer that we were giving him, $21 million a year. Big mistake, costed him, and man. And then we get Russell Westbrook behind. Just when we thought that we were gonna get some H2O, you know, so a breath of fresh air, we get Russell Westbrook, more muddied up play, muddied up personality. It's all bad, bro. We're stuck in the gutter right now, and we got to find a way to get out. And the only way out, to me, has Kyrie Irving in it. But imagine if we do the trilogy of bad point guards. We get Kyrie, and it doesn't pan out. Oh, my goodness. This is why you don't want to give up too much. My boy said, start Pippen's son. Damn, you really handing him the keys already, young elder? You're the first one to say that, bro. That is my man is hot takes. Hot takes. He said, it was LeBron, too. Actually, I don't see where the LeBron criticism comes other than him wanting to acquire him. But LeBron James dropped 29 points a game. You know, he had some crazy game winners. He had 50-point game. I mean, I don't know what else he could have did, man. Russell Westbrook, on the other hand, maybe had 2 good games all season. And they were when Anthony Davis and LeBron was out. That's it, if I'm being honest. And I'm not even trying to hate. I wish him the best. You know, go somewhere else and shine somewhere else, right? You're going to need to if you want another contract anyways. But all I'm saying is, damn, like, that was, to me, the biggest disappointment. The other disappointment was probably back in the early 2000s when we got Glenn Rice. Y'all remember Glenn Rice? Multiple-time All-Star. You know, he was with the Charlotte Hornets, sharpshooter, beast. And he wasn't the same player when we acquired him, right? So that was probably the only – oh, wait, I'm lying. Let's not forget Dwight Howard. That shit was disappointing as hell when he came over here with 17 points per game and his bad back. Yeah, and let's not forget Steve Nash. So it's up there, though. It's up there. Russell Westbrook is the highest-paid superstar we ever acquired that didn't really do much for us. So Glenn Rice was decent, but he wasn't what he was in Charlotte, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's what disappointed me about him. But, of course, he had to take a backseat to Shaq and Kobe, so understandable. Do I remember Mitch Richmond? I do. I do remember Mitch Richmond. It's a long time, bro. We're going way back now. Is Russ gone within a month? He might be gone within a couple weeks, man. But in order for that to happen, everything has to align. That means other teams have to cooperate. There has to be teams willing to take his contract on. I heard the Spurs are interested. I've heard the Jazz might be a place to, you know, to dump his salary, and then maybe they, you know, that depends on the Donovan Mitchell trade. So a lot of things pending here, right? But yeah, I could definitely see Russ being traded elsewhere if we for some reason cannot land Kyrie, for sure. Is it Dennis Schroeder fumbled the bag big time? Oh my goodness, I cannot imagine being Dennis Schroeder. Like, that would be horrible, man. I don't know what he was. He was too full of himself. And then he went from, you know, getting a good offer from our Lakers and being able to keep your starting job here to going and coming off the bench for the Celtics and just stinking it up. He had probably a couple good games that season, but they ended up trading him, and then I don't know, man. He messed up. But hey, that's his choice. You got to live with that. Dan, Lakers should just not trade Russ, just DMP him. That'll save our picks. He brought this to himself. He's not going to get DMP'd because he would bring some horrible team chemistry. He'd probably start punching the coaches out and shit. So yeah, that's not going to happen, bro. But the best thing we could do is trade him away. I don't even want to cut him from the roster and have another little dang situation where you got to pay him multiple years just to be on another team. I'm good. Anyways, though, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, man. Thanks for the donations, the likes, and the comments, and all the participation. Always, man. You guys make this channel boom. Let's keep our ears low to the ground. See what happens. If anything breaks, you know where to find me. Otherwise, I'll see you here tomorrow for the pregame, the Summer League finale between the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll probably be here like around 6:30, 6:15 to 6:30, somewhere around there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Much love. Peace out. Laker Nation.